So I have a confession to make.
I was in Santiago, Chile for 5 days this past November, and I didn't run outside, not once.
And listen, I always run outside when I travel because it's another way to sightsee and get in my fitness.
No matter where I am in the world, I always make time to run in whatever city I'm in as part of my race training.
But I just wasn't feeling it this trip.
Today, I want to talk about that. Running outside versus running at the hotel gym when you're traveling. Because, sometimes you're exhausted while traveling, or you're maybe in between races. Like I just finished the Big Bear half marathon a couple of weeks ago.
But I'm training for Surf City in 2 months. Sometimes you gotta go with the easy path, and that's okay. People may say that running outside is better for you, but you know what? It's okay to run at the gym.
Because sometimes when you're traveling, training for a race, and dealing with exhaustion, you have to choose the easy path, and that's not a failure.
This week, I would wake up and wonder, should I run outside or should I run at the gym?
The treadmill won every time.
Running on vacation doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to get done. But sometimes the treadmill is a better choice. When you're traveling and you're in an unfamiliar area, you don't know it really well. You don't know what the traffic patterns are like or whether it's going to be safe to cross the street.
First, Santiago is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't find a continuous running path near where I was staying. Everything was stop and go and busy intersections. How could I get into a momentum? Second, I started this entire trip with a brutal red eye. The kind where you land and your soul is still somewhere over Panama? Ugh, the breakfast on the plane was a joke. Then we were sightseeing at a ridiculous pace. Full day excursions, long walking days, emotionally full, physically draining. And I should stick to running downhill rather than sliding down.
Okay, ready? Okay, I didn't sign any waivers for this.
And every morning I wake up and think, do I force an outdoor run just to say I did it? Or do I take the easy win? Of course, I chose the treadmill every time. And honestly, I think I finally understand something. Running on vacation doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. There's no medal for suffering through a stoplight every 20 meters route. No bonus points for pretending you aren't sleep deprived and trying to sightsee at the same time. Over those 5 days, I still got in 3 solid Surf City marathon prep runs.
Now I'm going to do 5 minutes fartlek. I forgot the pace. I'll put it down there. 5 minutes. Recovery for 90 seconds. That first 5-minute interval was 7:53 minute per mile pace. 7:47 minute per mile pace. Bringing it home the last 1 minute fartlek at 6:58.
A 6-mile fartlek workout done, the treadmill made the pacing way easier because I didn't have to constantly look at my watch. And the benefit of running indoors is that there is water usually available at the gym. But I'm not gonna lie, I felt guilty. Like I was breaking some imaginary runner's rule about always exploring a city on foot. But here's the truth. Sometimes the treadmill is the better choice. It keeps you safe, it keeps your schedule on track, it keeps you consistent, and most importantly, it keeps you from burning out while you're supposed to be enjoying your trip.
It's 5 miles easy this morning. I was going to run outside, but I got up kind of late. When I say late, right now it's 8:17 a.m. I know that's still kind of early for vacation time, but it's a little later than I was hoping to start my day off with. So instead, we'll go ahead and do the run on the treadmill this morning. There's no shame in running on the treadmill instead of outside. After all, this is still a vacation. You got to do what's best for you. And also yesterday, we were at elevation. We were at 2,500 meters. So I think being at elevation all day kind of exhausted me. The air is a lot thinner when you're up high like that. That's higher than being in Denver, which is the Mile High City. Coach had this plan as a recovery run, so recovery run indeed. Almost done with 4 miles easy, and then I'm about to go into some 30-second strides. So yes, you can do strides on the treadmill if you set the speed up really high, and then figure out what you want to do. Do it as a time, do it as a distance,
For me, it's a lot easier to do it as a time thing. All right, let's go into the strides here. Now I'm gonna recover for a minute and then back into another set of strides. Back to recovery, so I'm gonna do 2 more sets of strides, 58 minutes per mile on, 30 seconds, and then a minute recovery in between, so be at the point. Now I'm gonna finish, complete 5 miles, gonna do the rest of it in recovery mode.
5-mile easy run with some strides at the end just to remind my legs that speed is still a thing. Be courteous, always wipe down the treadmill machine after you use it. This trip taught me that training during travel isn't about proving you can grind through anything. It's about adjusting and adapting so you can enjoy both your vacation and your goals. You're allowed to choose the easier route. That 30 to 60 minutes in the gym meant I still had the whole day available for Santiago to visit Cerro Santa Lucia, Paseo Banderas, or enjoy an afternoon coffee in the Bellas Artes neighborhood. Running didn't take away from the trip, it supported it. And my biggest run? An 8-mile long run. Not glamorous, but consistent. I had laid out my clothes like I usually do the night before a long run. Even got my electrolyte drink ready by bringing a packet of liquid IV from home. Running indoors saved time, it saved energy, and it made sure I didn't bail on training entirely.
It's not a failure, it's a win. After all, you're getting up early on vacation to get in your workouts. The most important thing is getting your runs in during your vacation so you don't feel guilty about skipping a workout, and then you can conserve your energy so that way you can enjoy the rest of your trip, because traveling to a certain destination is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now, this morning I'm going to be doing an 8-mile long run. Yes, during this vacation, I still am keeping up with my long runs, and 8 miles seems pretty reasonable to do on a treadmill. It would have been much harder figuring out how to do it outside. Like I could go run 4 miles this way and then run 4 miles back to the hotel, and then with the lights, the rush hour traffic that starts really early in the morning. Yeah, no thanks. I didn't know they could do this in marathon mode on this treadmill. That's awesome.
I used to think treadmill miles didn't count, but honestly, these might be the miles that saved my training. 8 miles, 0 traffic lights, 0 stress. Just me, my legs, and Surf City in February. I even got to practice my fueling with a goo.
1 more mile left. Time went by pretty quickly. I know we're over an hour, but the time did pass by pretty quickly, mainly because I was watching some YouTube videos on my phone.
I'm in Santiago, but right now, I'm mentally in Huntington Beach. 8 miles on this belt, training for Surf City, because running on vacation isn't about being aesthetic, it's about staying consistent.
Did it. 8 mile long run, done. A treadmill run is still a run. Consistency beats perfection.
To celebrate completing all my runs this week in Santiago, let's have a wipe down. And the best part of running at the hotel gym? You are close to the hotel breakfast. This is my favorite part of running on vacation. Not the miles, but the moment after. You've heard of donut runs? Well, here is where you have all the donuts your heart desires. 8 miles on the treadmill, and now I get to sit down, drink coffee, and feel like I actually earned this breakfast. And because we're in Chile, I'm gonna have a dollop of manjar or dulce de leche with my croissant.
So if you're traveling and you feel guilty about not running outside, or you're behind on sleep, or you're trying to squeeze in workouts between tours, meals, just walking around the city, I hope you feel like you have the freedom to have the option to choose whatever works for you on your trip. Remember, you're still a runner, whether you run on the treadmill or you run outside.
2 days later, I'm back to the outdoors.
I'm now home in California, back into the grind of things with training for the Surf City Marathon. Just got back from Santiago yesterday morning. It was a red-eye flight. After being in the gym for all week, this feels so good to be outside. It's perfect running weather. It's overcasted and breezy. Woo! 5 miles with strides at the end, done. I'm even wearing an old Surf City Marathon shirt. This is from 2024. Was my training in Santiago perfect?
No, of course not. I really needed that week to take a break, both mentally and physically. And so now I'm ready to jump right into the thick of things with Surf City marathon training, because it's going to be a grueling several weeks. If you found this video made you feel okay about adapting your training while on vacation, then drop a comment below. I love to travel and I love to run, and sometimes those things can be hard to balance at the same time, but eventually you'll find a way. I'll see you on February 1st, 2026 at Surf City.